on with the creative use of a crunchy rice cereal, combined with a mixture of butter, brown sugar, and almonds. And that crust is just pressed into a pie plate, and it looks just like a crumb crust. So it's very easy to make. 3 cups of gluten-free rice cereal, and it says it right on the box, gluten-free. 1/4 cup plus a tablespoon of light brown sugar. 1/2 cup of almonds. They can be raw almonds that are sliced or whole. Either will work. And 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And butter, 5 tablespoons of butter, which I'll add. I'm going to grind this up a little bit first. When you're grinding almonds or any kind of nuts, make sure that your blade of your food processor is sharp. And now add your butter, 5 tablespoons of melted butter. So that looks good. And now this can be just dumped right into, I like using glass because I can see if the bottom of the crust is well made, well baked, I should say. And this is a 9-inch glass pie plate. And spread this into an even layer, a little thicker on the outside than in the center. And you can use the back of your hand or fingers if you'd like. That's how we always used to do it until we found out that pressing with a little metal cup measure works very well and quickly. This can just press your crust into a nice even layer. Look how nice. This works so well. And preheat your oven to 375 degrees. Try to make the sides all equal thickness, and just pop this into your oven and make the filling. It takes about 12 minutes. And now for the pumpkin filling, the spicy pumpkin filling, 1.5 cups of pumpkin puree. This can be homemade. Of course, it can also be canned. Pumpkin is one of the nicest foods that you can get out of a can. 3 eggs, and whisk the eggs into the pumpkin. It's a custardy filling, very similar to a traditional pumpkin pie. You can also use any number of squashes for this pie too. Instead of pumpkin, you could use the wonderful butternut squash, acorn squash, kabocha squash. They all make very nice pie fillings. And 3/4 cup of light brown sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, some cornstarch, about a tablespoon will do, just in case your squash is a little wet, a pinch of cloves, and some cinnamon, 1 teaspoon. Also, my favorite, nutmeg. Just about 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. So stir this up. Brown sugar gets lumpy and dry really fast, which is why we keep it in a sealed container. And it'll be very hard to break up if it gets too dry. So you can just add this right to your pumpkin. And now add 1 cup of milk, whole milk. Some people might use cream, but the milk works very nicely. Make sure that your oven is set to 325 degrees. But you can see it's nice and silky smooth. Get this right into your pie crust. This rice crust, which is gluten-free, can be used with a filling of cream, of chiffon or custard. Chocolate is very good. You can experiment, but it's a very nice crust to have on hand when you want to make a delicious pie. There, get that right into your oven. It's going to take about 50 to 55 minutes. So for the topping for this delicious pumpkin pie, we're not done. Yogurt, 3 cups of yogurt, a half a teaspoon of vanilla, and 3 tablespoons of honey. And this you just dollop right on top. Use a nice thick yogurt, like a Greek style. So just spoon this right on top. You want to just cover the whole pie with your yogurt. Looks so beautiful. And you can just put this back into the fridge to chill a little bit until you're ready to serve. And there you have a spicy, gluten-free pumpkin pie.